Hello and welcome back to the Mindful Zone, a space where we explore ways to cultivate peace, presence, and well-being in our lives. Today we're embarking on a special journey together, one that invites you to slow down, breathe deeply, and embrace the transformative power of deep sleep meditation through the wisdom of Buddhism, mindfulness, and meditation practices. Whether you're here as someone new to these concepts, or as an experienced practitioner looking for fresh insights, this video is designed to guide you toward greater calm, clarity, and restorative rest. In today's fast-paced world, many of us struggle to find moments of stillness. Our minds are often crowded with thoughts about work, relationships, responsibilities, and even when we finally crawl into bed at night, it can feel like the chatter inside just won't quiet down. But imagine what it would feel like to drift off effortlessly, knowing that your body and mind are fully supported by tools rooted in ancient traditions and modern science. That's exactly what we're going to explore over the next 2 hours. Deep sleep isn't just a luxury, it's essential for our physical health, emotional balance, and mental resilience. When we prioritize quality rest, we give ourselves the gift of renewal. Our bodies repair themselves, our brains process information more effectively, and our hearts open up to greater compassion and joy. And yet so many of us find ourselves caught in cycles of stress, insomnia, or simply restless nights. Does any of this sound familiar? If so, take comfort in knowing you're not alone, and there is a way forward. Tonight or today, we'll draw inspiration from Buddhist teachings, which remind us that every moment, even sleep, can be approached with intention and awareness. We'll also incorporate principles of mindfulness, inviting you to connect deeply with the present moment without judgment. These practices aren't just reserved for monks or spiritual seekers. They're practical tools anyone can use to navigate life's challenges with grace and ease. So, before we dive in, let's set the stage for this experience. Find a comfortable spot where you can relax without distractions. You might choose to sit upright in a chair, lie down on your couch, or stretch out on your bed, whatever feels best for you right now. Dim the lights if possible and allow yourself permission to unplug from the outside world for a little while. This time is yours, a sacred pause in the midst of everything else. Let's take a moment to center ourselves. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing so. Take a slow, gentle breath in through your nose, hold it briefly, and then exhale fully through your mouth. Feel the tension melting away with each breath. Notice how your shoulders soften, how your jaw loosens, and how your chest rises and falls naturally. You're already beginning to relax. Trust that no matter where you are in your journey, this practice will meet you exactly where you need to be. As we move forward, remember that there's no right way to meditate or practice mindfulness. It's less about achieving perfection and more about showing up for yourself with kindness and curiosity. Be patient with yourself, with the process, and with the unfolding of this experience. There's no rush. Everything you need is already within you. We're simply here to help you reconnect with it. Throughout this video, I'll guide you step by step through 10 chapters, each building upon the last. Together, we'll explore foundational techniques, visualization exercises, gratitude practices, and much more, all tailored to support your journey toward deeper sleep and greater well-being. Along the way, feel free to pause, rewind, or revisit sections whenever you need to. This isn't a race, it's a gentle exploration. Before we officially begin, I want to thank you for being here, for taking this step toward nurturing your mind, body, and spirit. Your willingness to show up for yourself is truly something to celebrate. So let's honor that commitment by settling even more deeply into this moment. One more breath. Inhale, calm. Exhale, tension. Perfect. Are you ready? Let's get started. Chapter 1. Understanding Deep Sleep. In this section, we're going to dive deeply into what deep sleep truly is, not just from a scientific perspective, but also through the lens of mindfulness, Buddhism, and meditation. This chapter will help you build a solid foundation for why restorative rest matters so much and how it can transform your life. By the end, you'll have a clearer understanding of the importance of cultivating awareness around sleep and how doing so can lead to profound benefits for both your body and mind. Let's start by acknowledging something fundamental. Sleep isn't merely a passive activity where we shut down until morning. It's an active process, one that plays a critical role in maintaining our physical health, emotional balance, and cognitive function. Think about it. When was the last time you woke up feeling genuinely refreshed? If you're like many people, those mornings might feel few and far between. That's because modern life often disrupts our natural rhythms, leaving us stuck in cycles of poor quality rest or outright insomnia. But here's the good news: there are tools available to help us reclaim the gift of deep sleep. And they're rooted in practices that have been around for thousands of years. First, let's talk about what happens during deep sleep. Scientifically speaking, deep sleep, also known as slow wave sleep, is one of the most restorative stages of the sleep cycle. During this phase, your brain waves slow down significantly, allowing your body to repair tissues, strengthen the immune system, and consolidate memories. Without sufficient deep sleep, you may find yourself struggling with fatigue, irritability, difficulty concentrating, and even long-term health issues such as weakened immunity or increased risk of chronic conditions. Essentially, deep sleep acts as the foundation upon which all other aspects of well-being are built. But beyond the science lies another layer, a more mindful and intentional approach to sleep. In Buddhist philosophy, sleep isn't seen as separate from waking life. Rather, it's viewed as part of a continuum of awareness. The teachings encourage us to bring presence and compassion into every moment, including the act of resting. Imagine falling asleep not out of exhaustion, but out of choice, knowing that you've created the conditions for true relaxation. How different would that feel compared to collapsing into bed after hours of scrolling through your phone or replaying stressful scenarios in your mind? The truth is, many of us carry tension into our beds without realizing it. Stress, anxiety, unresolved emotions, they all manifest physically, keeping us awake or preventing us from reaching the deeper levels of rest we need. Have you ever noticed how certain thoughts seem louder at night, or how worries that didn't bother you during the day suddenly take center stage once your head hits the pillow? This phenomenon occurs because nighttime often amplifies whatever energy we haven't processed throughout the day. And while it might seem impossible to turn off your mind, mindfulness offers a way to work with it instead of against it. Mindfulness teaches us to observe our thoughts and feelings without judgment. Instead of fighting the noise inside your head, you learn to acknowledge it, thank it for showing up, and then gently guide your attention elsewhere. For example, if you find yourself lying awake worrying about tomorrow's meeting, try shifting your focus to your breath. Feel the cool air entering your nostrils. Notice the gentle rise and fall of your chest. Allow each exhale to release some of the tension holding you back. Over time, this practice becomes second nature, helping you create space between yourself and the chaos of your thoughts. Another key aspect of understanding deep sleep involves recognizing the connection between daytime habits and nighttime rest. What you do during the day directly impacts how well you sleep at night. Are you prioritizing movement, nourishing foods, and moments of stillness? Or are you constantly rushing from one task to the next, fueled by caffeine and adrenaline? When we live in a state of constant overdrive, our nervous systems remain on high alert, making it nearly impossible to unwind later. On the other hand, incorporating mindfulness practices into your daily routine, like taking mindful walks, practicing gratitude, or simply pausing to breathe, can signal to your body that it's safe to relax. Buddhism also emphasizes the concept of interdependence, the idea that everything is connected. When applied to sleep, this means recognizing how external factors influence your internal state, Is your bedroom environment conducive to rest? Do you expose yourself to bright screens right before bed? Are you eating heavy meals late at night? Each of these choices ripples outward, affecting your ability to achieve deep sleep. By becoming more aware of these connections, you empower yourself to make adjustments that support your overall well-being. Now, let's shift gears slightly and explore the role of intentionality in preparing for sleep. In mindfulness, intention serves as a guiding force. It shapes how we show up in the world and how we care for ourselves. Before climbing into bed tonight, consider setting an intention for your rest. Perhaps you want to wake up feeling energized and ready to face the day. Maybe you'd like to dream peacefully or connect more deeply with your subconscious mind. Whatever your intention, hold it lightly in your heart as you settle into bed. Trust that by planting this seed, you're creating fertile ground for transformation. To further illustrate the power of intention, let's look at a common obstacle: racing thoughts. Many people struggle to quiet their minds before sleep because they're trying too hard to control the uncontrollable. Instead of forcing silence, try inviting calmness through visualization. Picture a serene landscape, a quiet beach, a starry sky, or a peaceful forest. Imagine yourself stepping into this scene, leaving behind the weight of the day. As you breathe in, fill your lungs with the tranquility of this place. As you breathe out, let go of anything that no longer serves you. With practice, this technique can help you transition more smoothly into sleep. Finally, let's touch on the importance of patience and self-compassion. Transforming your relationship with sleep won't happen overnight, and that's perfectly okay. There will be nights when rest comes easily, and others when it feels elusive. On those challenging evenings, remind yourself that you're human and that imperfection is part of the journey. Treat yourself with kindness, just as you would a dear friend who's having trouble sleeping. Sometimes simply acknowledging your struggles can ease the pressure and pave the way for greater peace. As we wrap up this exploration of deep sleep, take a moment to reflect on what resonates most with you. Is there a particular insight or practice that stands out? If so, consider jotting it down or making a mental note to revisit it later. Remember, understanding deep sleep is the first step toward embracing it fully, and the journey has only just begun. Before moving on to the next chapter, I invite you to pause here and check in with yourself. How does your body feel right now? Are there areas of tension that could use some extra attention? Take a few deep breaths, allowing yourself to sink deeper into relaxation. You're doing beautifully. Keep going. Chapter 2: The Foundations of Buddhist Meditation. In this section, we'll delve deeply into the heart of meditation practices rooted in Buddhism, practices that have been refined over thousands of years to help individuals cultivate peace, clarity, and connection with their inner selves. Whether you're new to meditation or someone who's already familiar with its benefits, this chapter will offer insights and practical tools to deepen your understanding and enhance your journey toward restorative sleep and mindful living. Let's begin by exploring what meditation truly is within the context of Buddhism. At its core, meditation isn't about achieving some grand enlightenment or escaping reality. Rather, it's about cultivating awareness and presence in the here and now. It's about learning to observe your thoughts, emotions, and sensations without attaching judgment or resistance. This simple yet profound shift can transform how you relate to yourself, others, and the world around you, and it lays the groundwork for deeper states of relaxation and rest. One of the most foundational teachings in Buddhism is the idea of impermanence, the recognition that everything changes, including our thoughts, feelings, and experiences. When applied to meditation, this principle reminds us not to cling too tightly to any one thought or sensation. Instead, we practice observing them as they arise, linger momentarily, and then pass away like clouds drifting across the sky. Can you imagine how freeing it would feel to let go of the need to control every aspect of your mind, to simply watch your thoughts come and go without getting caught up in them? A key practice within Buddhist meditation is mindfulness of breath, a technique that involves focusing your attention on the natural rhythm of your inhales and exhales. Why start with the breath? Because it's always present, always accessible, and serves as an anchor to bring you back to the present moment whenever your mind wanders. Think of your breath as a trusted companion, guiding you home when you feel lost in the chaos of daily life. Let's try it together right now. Find a comfortable position, whether sitting upright, lying down, or leaning against a wall, and close your eyes if that feels right for you. Take a slow, deliberate breath in through your nose. Hold it gently for just a moment, and then release it fully through your mouth. Feel the cool air entering your nostrils, filling your lungs, expanding your chest. Notice how your abdomen rises slightly with each inhale and falls with each exhale. There's no need to force anything. Simply allow your breath to flow naturally. Now bring your full attention to this process. If your mind starts to wander, which it inevitably will, gently acknowledge the distraction without judgment and return your focus to your breath. You might find yourself thinking about unfinished tasks, replaying conversations, or planning tomorrow's schedule. That's okay. These distractions are part of the practice. Each time you notice your attention drifting and guide it back to your breath, you strengthen your ability to stay present. This act of returning to the breath is incredibly powerful, not only because it calms the nervous system, but also because it trains your mind to become more resilient. Over time, you'll notice that you're better equipped to handle stress, anxiety, and even physical discomfort. And when it comes to preparing for deep sleep, this skill becomes invaluable. By practicing mindfulness of breath regularly, you create a sense of stability and ease that carries over into your evenings, making it easier to transition into restful slumber. Another cornerstone of Buddhist meditation is compassion, both for yourself and for others. Compassion is often described as the wish for all beings to be free from suffering, and it plays a central role in many meditation practices. One way to cultivate compassion is through loving-kindness meditation, which we'll explore in greater detail in a later chapter. But for now, let's consider how fostering compassion can support your journey toward deep sleep. When you approach yourself with kindness and understanding, especially during moments of frustration or difficulty, you reduce the mental and emotional barriers that often stand in the way of rest. For example, if you find yourself lying awake at night feeling restless or agitated, instead of berating yourself for failing to fall asleep, you can offer yourself gentle reassurance. It's okay. I'm safe. My body knows how to rest. This small act of self-compassion can make a world of difference, helping you relax into the moment rather than resisting it. Buddhism also teaches us the importance of patience and non-striving, a concept that may seem counterintuitive in today's fast-paced world. Non-striving doesn't mean giving up or avoiding effort altogether. Rather, it means letting go of the relentless pursuit of outcomes and embracing the process itself. In meditation, this translates to releasing the pressure to achieve a specific state of mind, such as complete silence or blissful calm. Instead, you simply show up, do the work, and trust that the results will unfold in their own time. How does this apply to sleep? Well, many people struggle with insomnia or restless nights because they're so focused on fixing the problem that they inadvertently create more tension. They toss and turn, worrying about how tired they'll feel tomorrow if they don't fall asleep soon. Paradoxically, this fixation on falling asleep often makes it harder to drift off. By adopting an attitude of non-striving, however, you can break this cycle. Rather than trying to force yourself to sleep, you can focus on creating the conditions for rest through mindfulness, relaxation, and self-compassion, and then surrender to whatever unfolds. Another foundational element of Buddhist meditation is the cultivation of equanimity, the ability to remain balanced and centered regardless of external circumstances. Equanimity doesn't mean suppressing your emotions or pretending everything is fine when it's not. Rather, it means developing the capacity to hold space for both joy and sorrow, ease and challenge, without being overwhelmed by either. This quality is particularly relevant when it comes to sleep, as it helps you navigate the ups and downs of nighttime rest with greater grace and resilience. For instance, imagine waking up in the middle of the night and realizing you can't fall back asleep. Instead of spiraling into panic or frustration, you could practice equanimity by acknowledging the situation without judgment. I'm awake right now. That's okay. I'll breathe deeply and relax my body until I feel ready to rest again or until morning arrives. This mindset allows you to meet the moment with curiosity and openness rather than resistance and fear. Let's take a moment to reflect on the interconnectedness of these principles. Mindfulness of breath grounds you in the present moment. Compassion softens your relationship with yourself and others. Non-striving reduces unnecessary tension, and equanimity fosters balance and acceptance. Together they form a holistic framework for approaching meditation and, by extension, sleep with greater intention and ease. To further illustrate the power of these foundations, let's look at a common challenge: dealing with intrusive thoughts before bed. Many people find themselves trapped in a loop of worry, rumination, or overthinking as they attempt to wind down. While it might seem impossible to quiet the mind entirely, Buddhist meditation offers a different perspective. Instead of viewing thoughts as obstacles to overcome, you can see them as opportunities to practice awareness and detachment. When a thought arises, simply observe it without engaging. Imagine it as a leaf floating down a river, carried along by the current without resistance. With each breath, you reinforce your commitment to staying grounded in the present moment. Over time, this practice strengthens your ability to maintain focus and composure, not just during meditation, but throughout your day-to-day life. And as you develop greater mastery over your attention, you'll likely notice improvements in your overall well-being, including enhanced sleep quality. After all, the skills you cultivate on the cushion don't disappear once you open your eyes. They ripple outward, influencing every aspect of your existence. Now let's zoom out for a moment and consider the broader implications of integrating Buddhist meditation into your routine. Beyond its immediate benefits for sleep and stress reduction, meditation has the potential to transform how you view yourself and your place in the world. It encourages you to embrace uncertainty, connect with your innate wisdom, and live with greater authenticity. These shifts occur gradually, often imperceptibly, but they accumulate over time, creating lasting change. One beautiful aspect of Buddhist meditation is its accessibility. You don't need special equipment, a designated space, or extensive training to begin. All you need is a willingness to show up and a desire to explore. Start small, perhaps 5 minutes a day, and build from there. Consistency matters far more than duration. Even brief periods of meditation can yield significant benefits, especially when practiced regularly. Finally, remember that meditation is a personal journey. There's no single right way to do it, and everyone's experience will look slightly different. Some days you might feel deeply relaxed and centered. Other days you might feel distracted or restless. Both experiences are valid and valuable. What matters most is your intention to show up for yourself with kindness, curiosity, and an open heart. Before we conclude this chapter, I invite you to pause and reflect on what resonates most with you. Is there a particular teaching or practice that speaks to where you are right now? If so, consider how you might incorporate it into your daily life. Perhaps you'd like to dedicate a few minutes each evening to mindfulness of breath, or maybe you'd prefer to experiment with cultivating compassion and equanimity. Whatever path you choose, trust that you're planting seeds of transformation that will continue to grow over time. Take a few final breaths together now. Inhale deeply, exhale fully. Allow your body to soften and your mind to settle. You've taken an important step today by exploring the foundations of Buddhist meditation. Keep going, you're doing beautifully. Chapter 3, Mindfulness in Daily Life. In this section, we're going to explore how the practice of mindfulness extends far beyond formal meditation sessions or quiet moments before bed. It's something you can weave into every aspect of your day. By bringing awareness to even the smallest actions, you create opportunities for connection, joy, and calm that enrich your life and support deeper rest at night. Whether you're brushing your teeth, washing dishes, or commuting to work, Mindfulness transforms ordinary moments into extraordinary ones. So let's dive deeply into what it means to live mindfully and how doing so can enhance not only your daily experience, but also your ability to sleep soundly. To begin, let's clarify what mindfulness truly is. At its essence, mindfulness is about paying attention, on purpose, in the present moment and without judgment. It's about noticing what's happening within you and around you right now, rather than dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. While this might sound simple, it's actually quite profound. When you bring mindful awareness to your everyday activities, you step out of autopilot mode and start engaging more fully with life. You begin to see beauty in the mundane, gratitude in the routine, and peace in the chaos. One of the most powerful aspects of mindfulness is its accessibility. Unlike other practices that require specific tools, settings, or conditions, mindfulness can be practiced anywhere, anytime. All you need is a willingness to pause and pay attention. For example, consider eating, a basic human activity that many of us rush through without much thought. How often do you eat while scrolling through your phone, watching TV, or working on your computer? These distractions pull your attention away from the experience of eating itself, leaving you disconnected from the flavors, textures, and sensations of your food. But what if instead you approached each meal with mindfulness? Imagine sitting down to eat without any external distractions. Before taking your first bite, take a moment to appreciate the colors, smells, and presentation of your food. Notice how it feels in your hands or on your plate. As you lift a forkful to your mouth, savor the taste fully. Is it sweet, salty, spicy, or tangy? What textures can you detect? Crunchy, creamy, soft, or chewy? Eating this way not only enhances your enjoyment of the meal, but also signals to your body that it's time to digest and relax. This kind of mindful eating sets the stage for better digestion, reduced stress, and improved overall well-being, all of which contribute to healthier sleep patterns. Now let's expand this idea beyond meals. Think about all the tasks you perform throughout the day that tend to blend together into a blur of activity. Washing dishes, folding laundry, brushing your teeth. These are things we often do on autopilot, barely registering their presence in our lives. Yet, when approached mindfully, they become opportunities for grounding and relaxation. Let's use dishwashing as an example. Instead of rushing through the chore while thinking about your to-do list, slow down and immerse yourself in the process. Feel the warmth of the water against your skin. Notice the scent of the soap. Listen to the gentle clinking of plates and utensils. With each movement, remind yourself that you're caring for your home and creating space for comfort and ease. Over time, these small acts of mindfulness add up, fostering a sense of accomplishment and presence that carries over into the evening. Walking is another everyday activity that lends itself beautifully to mindfulness. Many of us walk purely out of necessity to get from point A to point B, but walking can also be a moving meditation. Next time you're strolling through your neighborhood, try focusing on the sensation of your feet touching the ground. Notice how your weight shifts with each step, how your muscles engage and release. Pay attention to the rhythm of your breath and the sounds around you, the rustling of leaves, the hum of traffic, the laughter of children playing nearby. Walking mindfully connects you to your surroundings and helps you feel more grounded, which is especially helpful during stressful times. Speaking of stress, let's talk about how mindfulness can serve as a buffer against overwhelm. Modern life moves quickly, bombarding us with constant stimuli, from emails and social media notifications to news updates and advertisements. Without intentional breaks, it's easy to feel scattered and drained. That's where mindfulness comes in. By pausing periodically throughout the day to check in with yourself, you give your nervous system a chance to reset. Try setting reminders on your phone or using natural transitions, like finishing a task or switching rooms, as cues to stop and breathe deeply for a few moments. Ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? What do I need? Even just 1 minute of conscious breathing can shift your energy and prepare you for whatever comes next. Another key element of mindfulness in daily life is learning to embrace imperfection. We live in a culture that glorifies productivity and achievement, often leaving us feeling inadequate when we fall short of unrealistic standards. Mindfulness teaches us to let go of perfectionism and instead focus on progress. If you forget to stay present during a conversation, miss a mindful moment while driving, or lose track of your breath during a stressful situation, don't criticize yourself. Simply acknowledge what happened, forgive yourself, and recommit to being mindful moving forward. This compassionate approach builds resilience and makes mindfulness sustainable over the long term. Let's take a closer look at how mindfulness impacts relationships, one of the most significant areas of our lives. When we interact with others mindlessly, we risk missing important cues, misinterpreting emotions, or reacting impulsively. On the other hand, practicing mindful communication allows us to show up fully for those we care about. The next time you're having a conversation, resist the urge to multitask or plan your response while the other person is speaking. Instead, listen deeply, making eye contact and offering your full attention. Notice their tone of voice, facial expressions, and body language. Respond thoughtfully, choosing words that reflect kindness and understanding. Mindful communication strengthens connections, resolves conflicts more effectively, and creates a sense of mutual respect, all of which contribute to emotional well-being and restorative sleep. Transitioning from daytime mindfulness to nighttime relaxation requires intentionality. One way to bridge the gap is by establishing mindful evening rituals. These routines signal to your brain that it's time to wind down and prepare for rest. For instance, you might spend a few minutes journaling about your day, reflecting on moments of gratitude or lessons learned. Or perhaps you'd prefer to light a candle, sip herbal tea, or stretch gently while listening to calming music. Whatever rituals resonate with you, make sure they align with your values and preferences. Consistency is key. The more regularly you practice these habits, the easier it becomes to settle into sleep. Another powerful tool for integrating mindfulness into daily life is body awareness. Throughout the day, check in with your physical sensations. Are you holding tension in your shoulders, jaw, or stomach? Do you feel energized or fatigued? By tuning into your body, you gain valuable insights into your needs and limits. For example, if you notice tightness in your neck after hours of sitting at a desk, take a break to stretch or move your body. Similarly, if you find yourself yawning or feeling sluggish, honor your body's request for rest. Ignoring these signals can lead to burnout, which ultimately disrupts sleep and diminishes overall health. Mindfulness also invites us to cultivate a sense of wonder and curiosity about the world around us. Too often, we go through life on autopilot, taking familiar sights, sounds, and experiences for granted, but when we pause to truly observe, we rediscover the magic hidden in plain sight. Take a moment to gaze at the sky, whether it's painted with vibrant hues at sunset or sprinkled with stars at night. Listen closely to the song of a bird or the patter of raindrops on a window pane. Smell the crisp air of autumn or the fresh scent of spring blossoms. Engaging your senses in this way awakens a childlike sense of awe, reminding you of the beauty and abundance in your life. This sense of wonder has a direct impact on sleep quality. When you go to bed feeling grateful for the richness of your day, even if it wasn't perfect, you set the tone for peaceful dreams and rejuvenating rest. Gratitude, which we'll explore in greater detail in a later chapter, amplifies the benefits of mindfulness by shifting your focus from lack to abundance. Before drifting off, take a few moments to mentally review your day and identify 3 things you're thankful for. They don't have to be monumental achievements. Sometimes the simplest pleasures, a warm cup of tea, a heartfelt conversation, or a cozy blanket, are the most meaningful. Finally, let's address a common misconception about mindfulness, that it's reserved for special moments or ideal conditions. In reality, mindfulness thrives in the messiness of everyday life. It's not about waiting for the perfect time to meditate or finding a serene environment free from distractions. It's about meeting life exactly where it is, with all its challenges, uncertainties, and imperfections, whether you're stuck in traffic, dealing with a difficult colleague, or facing a personal setback, mindfulness equips you to navigate these situations with greater clarity and compassion. To illustrate this point, consider a scenario many of us encounter: a frustrating delay. Perhaps your train is running late or your internet connection keeps dropping. Instead of allowing irritation to consume you, try reframing the experience. Use the extra time to breathe deeply, observe your surroundings, or simply acknowledge the fleeting nature of inconvenience. Remind yourself that delays are temporary and that resisting them only amplifies your discomfort. By embracing the moment with mindfulness, you transform frustration into patience and tension into calm. Before wrapping up this chapter, I want to leave you with a challenge, an invitation to experiment with mindfulness in your own life. Choose one activity you typically perform on autopilot, maybe brushing your teeth, drinking coffee, or walking to work, and commit to approaching it mindfully for the next week. Pay close attention to the details, sensations, and emotions involved. Notice how this shift affects your mood, energy levels, and overall sense of presence. You might be surprised by how much richer and more fulfilling even the simplest tasks can become. Take a deep breath now. Inhale slowly, exhale fully. Allow yourself to feel proud of the steps you've taken today to deepen your understanding of mindfulness. Remember, living mindfully isn't about achieving some lofty goal. It's about showing up for life with openness, curiosity, and heart. Keep exploring, keep practicing, and trust that the journey will unfold exactly as it should. Until next time, take care, and may your days be filled with moments of mindful connection. Chapter 4: Loving Kindness Meditation. In this section, we're going to explore one of the most profound and transformative practices rooted in Buddhist tradition, metta, or loving kindness meditation. This practice is all about cultivating compassion, not only for others, but for yourself. It's a powerful tool that can soften your heart, ease feelings of isolation, and create a deep sense of connection with the world around you. And perhaps most importantly, it can pave the way for restful sleep by fostering inner peace and emotional balance. So let's dive deeply into what loving kindness meditation is, why it matters, and how you can incorporate it into your life. To begin, let's talk about the essence of loving kindness meditation. At its core, metta is about generating goodwill and unconditional love, not just toward those who are easy to care for, but also toward those who challenge us, those we've never met, and even ourselves. The word metta comes from Pali, an ancient language of Buddhism, and it translates roughly to friendliness or loving kindness. It's a practice that invites us to open our hearts and extend warmth to all beings, recognizing that every living thing shares a desire for happiness and freedom from suffering. Why does this matter? Because so much of our stress, anxiety, and difficulty sleeping stems from feelings of disconnection, from ourselves, from others, and from the world at large. When we feel isolated or burdened by judgment, resentment, or self-criticism, these emotions linger in our minds and bodies, making it hard to relax. Loving kindness meditation helps dissolve these barriers by teaching us to approach ourselves and others with kindness, patience, and understanding. Over time, this shift in perspective creates a ripple effect, transforming how we relate to both our internal and external worlds. The beauty of loving kindness meditation lies in its simplicity. Unlike some forms of meditation that require intense focus or visualization, metta is accessible to everyone, regardless of experience level. All you need is a willingness to send out positive intentions and trust that these intentions have the power to heal. To illustrate how this works, let me share a story. Imagine someone close to you, a friend, family member, or partner, who radiates kindness and warmth. Now picture them offering you words of encouragement during a tough moment. How does that feel? Likely comforting, uplifting, and reassuring. Loving kindness meditation taps into this same energy, except instead of waiting for someone else to give it to you, you learn to generate it within yourself and then share it outward. Let's try a guided loving kindness meditation together now. Find a comfortable position, whether sitting upright, lying down, or leaning against a wall, and close your eyes if that feels right for you. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose, hold it gently, and then release it fully through your mouth. Allow your body to settle into stillness, feeling supported by whatever surface you're resting on. Now, bring your attention inward and direct your focus to yourself. Repeat the following phrases silently, allowing each one to resonate deeply within you. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be safe. May I live with ease. As you say these words, imagine sending kindness and compassion directly to yourself. If self-love feels challenging, that's okay. It's a common struggle. Simply acknowledge any resistance without judgment and continue offering these wishes. Remember, you deserve happiness and peace just as much as anyone else. Once you've spent a few moments focusing on yourself, expand your circle of compassion to include someone you care about deeply, a friend, family member, mentor, or pet. Picture their face clearly in your mind and send them the same wishes. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you live with ease. Feel the warmth of your goodwill flowing outward, wrapping them in a cocoon of love and support. Notice how extending kindness to another person softens your own heart, creating a sense of interconnectedness. Next, broaden your scope even further by including a neutral person, someone you encounter regularly but don't know well, like a cashier, delivery driver, or neighbor. Though they may seem distant or unfamiliar, they too share the same fundamental desires for happiness and safety. Offer them the same wishes. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you live with ease. Finally, take a courageous step and extend loving kindness to someone who challenges you, perhaps someone you've had conflict with or find difficult to understand. This part of the practice can feel uncomfortable at first, especially if the relationship carries pain or tension. But remember, loving kindness doesn't mean condoning harmful behavior. Rather, it means wishing for the other person's well-being, because suffering diminishes everyone. Silently repeat the phrases, may you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you live with ease. If sending kindness feels impossible in this moment, that's perfectly fine. Simply acknowledging the challenge is a step forward. With practice, your capacity for compassion will grow, allowing you to meet even the most difficult relationships with greater understanding. To complete the meditation, widen your circle of goodwill to encompass all beings everywhere, human and non-human alike. Envision a vast field of light spreading across the planet, touching every living creature with warmth and kindness. Say silently, may all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be safe. May all beings live with ease. Take a few final breaths, soaking in the energy of compassion that now surrounds you. Feel how this practice has softened your heart, eased your mind, connected you more deeply to the world. Now, let's reflect on why loving kindness meditation is such a potent antidote to stress and insomnia. One reason is that it counteracts the negativity bias, a natural tendency of the human brain to prioritize threats and unpleasant experiences over positive ones. By intentionally focusing on kindness and goodwill, you rewire your neural pathways, training your mind to notice and amplify the good in life. This shift not only enhances your mood during the day, but also creates a calmer, more peaceful state of mind as you prepare for sleep. Another benefit of loving kindness meditation is its ability to reduce feelings of loneliness and disconnection. Many people struggle with sleep because they carry unresolved emotions or unmet needs into bed. Practicing metta helps address these underlying issues by reminding you that you're part of a larger web of existence. Knowing that you belong to yourself, to others, and to the universe can provide immense comfort when nighttime fears or anxieties arise. Let's delve deeper into the science behind loving kindness meditation. Research has shown that regular practice increases activity in areas of the brain associated with empathy, emotional regulation, and positive emotions. It also reduces levels of cortisol, the hormone linked to stress, while boosting oxytocin, often referred to as the love hormone. These physiological changes contribute to improved mental health, stronger relationships, and better sleep quality. Additionally, studies suggest that metta practitioners report higher levels of overall life satisfaction and resilience, qualities that make navigating challenges easier and more graceful. But beyond the scientific evidence lies something intangible yet equally important: felt experience of opening your heart. Have you ever of kindness, whether giving or receiving, leave you lighter and more alive? Loving kindness meditation amplifies this effect, creating a steady stream of positivity that flows through you and touches everything you do. Even small gestures like smiling at a stranger or holding the door for someone become opportunities to embody the spirit of metta. Speaking of embodiment, let's discuss how you can integrate loving kindness meditation into your daily routine. While formal sessions are incredibly beneficial, you don't have to set aside large chunks of time to reap the rewards. Instead, look for moments throughout your day where you can sprinkle doses of kindness. For example, while waiting in line at the grocery store, silently wish the cashier happiness and ease. During a stressful meeting, offer yourself words of encouragement. Before falling asleep, visualize sending love to anyone who crossed your path that day. These micro-practices accumulate over time, strengthening your capacity for compassion and presence. It's also worth noting that loving kindness meditation isn't limited to humans. Animals, plants, and even inanimate objects can be recipients of your goodwill. Think about the trees providing oxygen, the sun warming the earth, or the roof sheltering you from rain. By expressing gratitude and kindness toward these entities, you deepen your appreciation for the interconnectedness of all life. This awareness fosters humility and reverence, qualities that align beautifully with mindfulness and restorative sleep. Let's explore a specific application of loving kindness meditation, using it to manage anger or frustration. We've all experienced moments when irritation gets the best of us. Whether it's a rude comment from a stranger, a disagreement with a loved one, or simply being stuck in traffic. In these situations, reacting impulsively often escalates the problem, leaving us feeling worse than before. Loving kindness meditation offers an alternative. The next time you find yourself triggered, pause and silently repeat the phrases, "May you be happy," "May you be healthy." You might be surprised at how quickly this simple act diffuses tension, replacing hostility with empathy. Similarly, loving kindness meditation can help heal wounds caused by past hurts. Carrying grudges or resentment weighs heavily on the heart, making it difficult to rest peacefully. Through metta, you can begin to forgive, not necessarily forgetting what happened, but releasing the grip it has on you. Forgiveness doesn't mean excusing harmful behavior, rather it means freeing yourself from the burden of bitterness. As you extend kindness to those who've wronged you, you reclaim your power and restore balance to your spirit. Finally, let's consider how loving kindness meditation supports the cultivation of self-compassion, a cornerstone of emotional well-being. Many people struggle with harsh self-talk, criticizing themselves for mistakes, perceived flaws, or unmet expectations. This inner dialogue keeps us trapped in cycles of shame and inadequacy, which inevitably spill over into our nights. By practicing loving kindness toward yourself, you interrupt this pattern, replacing judgment with acceptance. Each time you whisper, "May I be happy," or "May I live with ease," you remind yourself that you are worthy of love and belonging, just as you are. Before concluding this chapter, I invite you to reflect on what resonates most with you. Is there a particular aspect of loving kindness meditation that speaks to your current struggles or aspirations? If so, consider how you might deepen your engagement with this practice. Perhaps you'd like to dedicate 5 minutes each morning to metta, or maybe you'd prefer to weave it into your bedtime routine. Whatever path you choose, trust that the seeds you plant today will blossom into greater peace and connection tomorrow. Take a final deep breath now. Inhale slowly. Exhale fully. Allow the warmth of loving kindness to fill your entire being, grounding you in the present moment. You've taken a meaningful step toward nurturing your heart and soothing your soul. Keep going. You're doing beautifully. Chapter 5. Body Scan for Relaxation. In this section, we're going to explore one of the most effective tools for releasing physical tension, calming the nervous system, and preparing your body and mind for deep sleep, the Body Scan meditation. This practice is rooted in mindfulness and has been used for centuries to promote relaxation, self-awareness, and healing. Whether you're carrying stress in your shoulders, tightness in your jaw, or a general sense of unease in your chest, the Body Scan offers a gentle yet powerful way to let go. So let's dive deeply into what this practice entails, why it works, and how you can make it a cornerstone of your journey towards restorative rest. To begin, let's talk about what a body scan actually is. At its essence, a body scan is a guided exercise that invites you to bring mindful attention to different parts of your body one at a time. The goal isn't to change anything, but simply to notice what's there, whether it's sensations of warmth, coolness, tingling, heaviness, lightness, or even numbness. By observing these sensations without judgment, you create space to release any tension or discomfort that might be lingering unnoticed. Why does this matter? Because so much of our stress and anxiety manifests physically, often without us realizing it. For example, have you ever noticed how your stomach feels tight before a big presentation? Or how your neck becomes stiff after hours hunched over a computer? These physical responses are natural reactions to stress, but if left unchecked, they can accumulate over time, leading to chronic pain, fatigue, and difficulty sleeping. A body scan helps you identify and address these areas of tension, allowing your body to relax fully and prepare for rest. The beauty of the body scan lies in its simplicity and accessibility. Unlike other forms of meditation that require specific postures or environments, a body scan can be practiced anywhere, at home, in bed, or even during a quiet moment at work. All you need is a willingness to slow down and tune into your body. And while it's traditionally done lying down, you can also perform it seated or standing, depending on what feels most comfortable for you. Let's try a guided body scan together now. Find a position where you feel supported, whether lying flat on your back with your arms resting by your sides, sitting upright in a chair with your feet planted firmly on the ground, or leaning against a wall. Close your eyes if that feels right for you, or soften your gaze and focus inward. Take a few deep breaths to settle into the moment. Inhale slowly through your nose, hold it briefly, and exhale fully through your mouth. Allow your body to sink deeper into the surface beneath you, feeling its support holding you steady. Now let's begin at the top of your head. Bring your awareness to the crown of your scalp. Notice any sensations you might feel there, perhaps a slight tingling, warmth, or pressure. If there's no sensation at all, that's okay too. Simply acknowledge whatever is present without trying to change it. Imagine a wave of relaxation washing over this area, softening any tension or tightness. Feel your scalp loosen, becoming lighter and more relaxed with each breath. Next, move your attention to your forehead. Notice if there's any furrowing or tightening in this area, a common place for stress to gather. If you detect tension, imagine it melting away as you breathe out. Picture your forehead smoothing out, growing softer and more supple with each passing moment. Extend this sense of ease down to your eyebrows, eyelids, and temples. Let your facial muscles release completely, allowing your expression to soften and your face to feel heavy and relaxed. Now shift your focus to your eyes. Notice how they feel behind closed lids, whether they're tired, strained, or at ease. Gently invite them to relax, letting go of any effort to see or perceive. Allow the weight of your eyelids to press lightly against your cheeks, creating a soothing sense of darkness and stillness. Move downward to your nose and cheeks, feeling the gentle rise and fall of your nostrils as you breathe. Notice the subtle movements of your lips and jaw. Is there any clenching or stiffness here? If so, consciously unclench your jaw, letting your teeth part slightly and your tongue rest softly against the roof of your mouth. As you continue scanning, bring your awareness to your neck. This area often holds a great deal of tension, especially if you've spent the day typing, talking, or looking at screens. Imagine a warm, soothing energy flowing into your neck, releasing any knots or tightness. Feel your throat open up, allowing your breath to flow freely and effortlessly. From here, move your attention to your shoulders, one of the most common places for stress to accumulate. Notice how your shoulders feel right now. Are they raised, tense, or relaxed? With each exhale, imagine them dropping lower and lower, sinking into the surface beneath you. Feel the weight of your arms growing heavier, resting comfortably alongside your torso. Now, let's focus on your chest and upper back. Pay attention to the rhythm of your breathing as your lungs expand and contract. Notice whether your chest feels constricted or open, heavy or light. Invite it to relax fully, allowing your ribcage to soften and expand with each inhalation. Picture your spine lengthening gently, creating space between each vertebra. As you exhale, feel your entire torso settling deeper into relaxation. From here, move your awareness to your abdomen. Notice how it rises and falls with your breath, expanding outward on the inhale and contracting inward on the exhale. This area is closely tied to your emotions, so take a moment to check in with how it feels. Is there any tightness, fluttering, or discomfort? If so, imagine sending waves of calm and warmth into your belly, soothing any agitation or unease. Allow your digestive organs to relax, knowing that they are supported and nurtured. Now shift your focus to your lower back and hips. These areas often carry hidden tension, particularly if you spend long periods sitting. Imagine a gentle massage occurring in this region, loosening any stiffness or discomfort. Feel your pelvis growing heavier, anchoring you securely to the earth below. Extend this sense of grounding down into your buttocks and thighs, inviting them to relax completely. Notice how the weight of your legs pulls them downward, creating a sense of stability and ease. Continue moving downward to your knees and calves. Pay attention to any sensations you might feel here, whether it's tightness from walking or standing, or a pleasant warmth spreading through your muscles. Picture a stream of relaxation flowing through these areas, dissolving any remaining tension. Feel your shins and ankles softening, becoming loose and fluid. Finally, bring your awareness to your feet. Notice how they feel inside your socks or shoes, or directly against the floor if you're barefoot. Wiggle your toes slightly, then allow them to spread wide and relax. Imagine roots extending from the soles of your feet into the ground, connecting you to the earth and providing a deep sense of safety and support. Take a few moments now to scan your entire body from head to toe. Notice how each part feels lighter, calmer, and more at ease. If there are still areas of tension, simply acknowledge them without judgment and send them extra waves of relaxation. Remember, the goal isn't perfection, it's presence. By bringing mindful attention to your body, you've already taken a significant step toward releasing stored stress and creating space for peace. Now let's reflect on why the body scan is such an effective tool for improving sleep quality. One reason is that it activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the part of your autonomic nervous system responsible for rest and digest functions. When you engage in a body scan, you signal to your brain that it's safe to relax, slowing your heart rate, lowering blood pressure, and reducing cortisol levels. This physiological shift primes your body for sleep, making it easier to drift off and stay asleep throughout the night. Another benefit of the body scan is its ability to interrupt cycles of rumination and overthinking. Many people struggle with insomnia because their minds race with thoughts, worries, and to-do lists as soon as they lie down. By focusing on physical sensations rather than mental chatter, you give your brain something neutral and calming to concentrate on. Over time, this practice trains your mind to associate bedtime with relaxation instead of stress, breaking the cycle of restless nights. Scientific research supports the effectiveness of body scans for promoting relaxation and sleep. Studies have shown that regular practice reduces symptoms of anxiety, depression, and chronic pain, all conditions that commonly interfere with restful sleep. Additionally, participants report improved overall well-being, greater emotional resilience, and enhanced body awareness. These benefits make the body scan not only a valuable tool for managing insomnia, but also a holistic practice for nurturing your physical and mental health. Let's delve deeper into how you can integrate body scans into your daily routine. While they're especially helpful before bed, body scans can also be performed at other times of the day to reduce stress and increase mindfulness. For example, you might use a shorter version during a lunch break to recharge, or incorporate it into your morning routine to set a tone of calm and clarity for the day ahead. Experiment with different timings and durations to discover what works best for you. If you're new to body scans, start small, perhaps 5 to 10 minutes, and gradually increase the length as you become more comfortable with the practice. You can also enhance the experience by pairing it with soothing music, nature sounds, or ambient lighting. Some people find it helpful to record themselves guiding a body scan or use pre-recorded audio tracks designed specifically for this purpose. Whatever approach you choose, remember that consistency matters far more than duration. Even brief sessions, when practiced regularly, can yield profound results. Now, let's address a common challenge. Dealing with distractions during a body scan. It's normal for your mind to wander, especially if you're new to meditation. Instead of viewing these interruptions as failures, see them as opportunities to strengthen your focus. Each time you notice your attention drifting, gently guide it back to the part of your body you are exploring. With patience and practice, you'll find it easier to maintain concentration and deepen your connection to the present moment. Another aspect of body scans worth exploring is their potential for fostering gratitude and appreciation for your body. Many people harbor negative feelings toward their physical selves, criticizing perceived flaws or comparing themselves unfavorably to others. The body scan offers a chance to reconnect with your body in a non-judgmental way, acknowledging its strength, resilience, and capacity for healing. As you scan each part, silently thank it for supporting you, for carrying you through life, protecting you from harm, and enabling you to experience joy and wonder. This attitude of gratitude amplifies the benefits of the practice, cultivating a sense of harmony and acceptance. Finally, let's consider how body scans align with broader principles of mindfulness and Buddhist teachings. Both emphasize the importance of cultivating awareness and compassion, not just for others, but also for yourself. By bringing mindful attention to your body, you honor its wisdom and needs, learning to listen more closely to its signals. This heightened awareness empowers you to make healthier choices, prioritize self-care, and live with greater intention and authenticity. Before concluding this chapter, I invite you to reflect on what resonates most with you. Is there a particular part of your body that tends to hold tension more than others? If so, consider dedicating extra attention to that area during future body scans. Alternatively, you might focus on integrating gratitude into your practice, thanking each part of your body for its unique contributions to your life. Whatever insights arise, trust that you're planting seeds of transformation that will continue to grow over time. Take a final deep breath now. Inhale slowly, exhale fully. Allow the waves of relaxation to wash over you completely, leaving you feeling calm, centered, and ready for rest. You've taken a meaningful step today toward nurturing your body and soothing your soul. Keep going. You're doing beautifully. Chapter 6. Overcoming Mental Clutter. In this section, we're going to explore one of the most common barriers to deep sleep, mindfulness, and overall well-being, the relentless chatter of our minds. Whether it's racing thoughts, unresolved worries, or endless to-do lists, mental clutter can keep us awake at night, distract us during the day, and leave us feeling overwhelmed and disconnected. But here's the good news. With the right tools and practices, you can learn to quiet your mind, create space for clarity, and cultivate a sense of inner peace that supports restorative rest. So let's dive deeply into what causes mental clutter, how it affects us, and, most importantly, how we can overcome it. To begin, let's talk about what mental clutter actually is. At its core, mental clutter refers to the accumulation of thoughts, emotions, and distractions that occupy our minds, often without our conscious awareness. It's like having too many tabs open on your computer. Your brain becomes overloaded, sluggish, and inefficient. This state of overstimulation not only drains your energy, but also makes it difficult to focus, relax, or fall asleep. Have you ever noticed how certain thoughts seem louder at night? Or how worries that didn't bother you during the day suddenly take center stage once your head hits the pillow? This phenomenon occurs because nighttime often amplifies whatever energy we haven't processed throughout the day. The first step in overcoming mental clutter is understanding why it happens in the first place. Our brains are wired to solve problems, anticipate challenges, and plan for the future. And while these abilities are incredibly useful, they can also work against us when left unchecked. For example, if you've had a stressful day, your mind might replay events over and over, searching for solutions or dwelling on perceived mistakes. Similarly, if you're facing uncertainty about tomorrow, your brain might generate endless scenarios trying to prepare for every possible outcome. While this behavior stems from a desire to protect and support you, it often leads to unnecessary stress and exhaustion. Another factor contributing to mental clutter is the constant influx of information we encounter daily. From social media updates and news headlines to emails and text messages, modern life bombards us with stimuli, leaving little room for stillness and reflection. Even when we're not actively consuming content, our minds continue to process and analyze what we've seen or heard, creating a never-ending cycle of noise. This overload prevents us from fully disconnecting, making it harder to relax and recharge. So, how do we break free from this cycle? The answer lies in mindfulness, a practice that teaches us to observe our thoughts and feelings without judgment or attachment. Instead of fighting the noise inside your head, mindfulness invites you to acknowledge it, thank it for showing up, and then gently guide your attention elsewhere. Imagine your thoughts as clouds drifting lazily across the sky. Some may be dark and heavy, while others are light and wispy, but all of them pass by eventually if you let them. By adopting this perspective, you reduce the power your thoughts have over you, creating space for calm and clarity to emerge. Let's try a simple exercise together now to illustrate this concept. Find a comfortable position, whether sitting upright, lying down, or leaning against a wall, and close your eyes if that feels right for you. Take a slow, deliberate breath in through your nose, hold it briefly, and then release it fully through your mouth. Feel the cool air entering your nostrils, filling your lungs, expanding your chest. Notice how your abdomen rises slightly with each inhale and falls with each exhale. There's no need to force anything. Simply allow your breath to flow naturally. Now bring your full attention to your mind. What thoughts are present right now? Are they related to tasks you need to complete, conversations you've had, or concerns about the future? Whatever arises, simply observe it without engaging. Picture each thought as a cloud floating across a vast blue sky. Watch it drift lazily, carried along by the breeze. Resist the urge to chase after it, analyze it, or judge it. Instead, let it pass by, just as clouds do in nature. If your mind starts to wander, which it inevitably will, gently acknowledge the distraction without judgment and return your focus to the image of clouds moving across the sky. You might find yourself thinking about unfinished tasks, replaying conversations, or planning tomorrow's schedule. That's okay. These distractions are part of the practice. Each time you notice your attention drifting and guide it back to the visualization, you strengthen your ability to stay present. This act of returning to the metaphorical sky is incredibly powerful, not only because it calms the nervous system, but also because it trains your mind to become more resilient. Over time, you'll notice that you're better equipped to handle stress, anxiety, and even physical discomfort. And when it comes to preparing for deep sleep, this skill becomes invaluable. By practicing mindfulness regularly, you create a sense of stability and ease that carries over into your evenings, making it easier to transition into restful slumber. Why? Another key strategy for overcoming mental clutter involves setting boundaries around information consumption. While staying informed is important, constantly exposing yourself to negative news, social media drama, or excessive screen time can overwhelm your mind and heighten stress levels. To counteract this, consider implementing digital detox periods throughout your day, times when you intentionally disconnect from technology and focus on activities that nourish your soul, such as reading, journaling, or spending time in nature. Even small breaks can make a big difference, allowing your brain to reset and recharge. Speaking of nature, let's discuss the role of outdoor experiences in reducing mental clutter. Research has shown that spending time in green spaces, whether it's a park, forest, or garden, has profound benefits for mental health. Being surrounded by trees, fresh air, and natural beauty helps lower cortisol levels, improve mood, and enhance cognitive function. If you live in an urban area or don't have easy access to wilderness, don't worry. Even looking at images of nature, listening to recordings of birdsong, or tending to houseplants can evoke similar effects. The key is to prioritize moments of connection with the natural world, however you can. Transitioning from external inputs to internal processing, let's talk about the importance of journaling as a tool for clearing mental clutter. Writing down your thoughts, feelings, and reflections provides a safe outlet for self-expression, helping you untangle complex emotions and gain clarity on challenging situations. Before bed, try dedicating 5 to 10 minutes to jotting down anything that's weighing on your mind. This could include items from your to-do list, unresolved conflicts, or random musings. Once you've transferred these thoughts onto paper, imagine handing them over to the universe, or simply closing the notebook and setting it aside. Knowing that your concerns are out of your head can provide immense relief, making it easier to relax and sleep. Now let's explore another powerful technique for managing mental clutter: visualization. Visualization involves using your imagination to create vivid mental images that evoke specific emotions or outcomes. For example, if you're struggling with overwhelming thoughts before bed, try picturing a serene landscape, a quiet beach, a starry sky, or a peaceful forest. Imagine yourself stepping into this scene, leaving behind the weight of the day. As you breathe in, fill your lungs with the tranquility of this place. As you breathe out, let go of anything that no longer serves you. With practice, this technique can help you transition more smoothly into sleep. Visualization works because it engages both hemispheres of your brain, activating areas associated with creativity, emotion, and sensory experience. When combined with mindfulness, it creates a potent antidote to mental clutter, grounding you in the present moment while offering a glimpse of possibility beyond current challenges. To deepen the impact, incorporate all 5 senses into your visualizations. What do you see, hear, smell, taste, and touch in this imagined space? The more detailed and immersive the scene, the greater its calming effect. Let's delve deeper into the science behind overcoming mental clutter. Studies have shown that chronic overthinking and rumination contribute significantly to conditions like insomnia, anxiety, and depression. By interrupting these patterns through mindfulness, visualization, and other techniques, you not only improve your immediate state of mind, but also reduce the risk of long-term psychological issues. Additionally, practices that promote relaxation and presence, such as meditation, yoga, and breathing exercises, have been linked to increased grey matter density in regions of the brain responsible for emotional regulation and decision-making. These structural changes enhance your resilience, enabling you to navigate life's ups and downs with greater grace and ease. Another aspect worth exploring is the relationship between mental clutter and perfectionism. Many people struggle with unrealistic expectations, whether imposed by society, family, or themselves. This relentless pursuit of flawlessness often leads to burnout, dissatisfaction, and a constant sense of inadequacy, all of which fuel mental clutter. By embracing imperfection and focusing on progress rather than perfection, you liberate yourself from unnecessary pressure and create space for joy and fulfillment. Remember, transformation is a journey, not a destination. Celebrate small victories along the way, knowing that each step brings you closer to peace. Finally, let's address a common misconception about overcoming mental clutter, that it requires eliminating all thoughts altogether. In reality, the goal isn't to achieve a blank slate, but rather to cultivate a healthier relationship with your mind. Thoughts will always arise, that's their nature, but how you respond to them determines their impact. By practicing non-attachment and curiosity, you transform chaotic noise into a symphony of awareness, harmony, and insight. Before concluding this chapter, I invite you to reflect on what resonates most with you. Is there a particular technique or insight that speaks to where you are right now? If so, consider how you might integrate it into your daily routine. Perhaps you'd like to dedicate a few minutes each evening to journaling, spend more time outdoors, or experiment with visualization exercises. Whatever path you choose, trust that you're planting seeds of transformation that will continue to grow over time. Take a final deep breath now. Inhale slowly, exhale fully. Allow the waves of calm to wash over you completely, leaving you feeling centered, grounded, and ready for rest. You've taken a meaningful step today toward clearing your mind and nurturing your spirit. Keep going. You're doing beautifully. Chapter 7. Visualization Techniques. In this section, we're going to explore one of the most powerful tools for cultivating deep relaxation, enhancing mindfulness, and preparing your mind and body for restorative sleep: visualization. This practice taps into the creative power of your imagination, allowing you to craft vivid mental images that evoke feelings of peace, safety, and joy. Whether you're lying in bed struggling to drift off or simply seeking a way to unwind during the day, visualization can transport you to a place of calm and clarity. So let's dive deeply into what visualization is, why it works, and how you can harness its transformative potential. To begin, let's talk about what visualization truly is. At its essence, visualization involves using your mind's eye to create detailed mental pictures of scenes, scenarios, or experiences that resonate with you on an emotional level. It's like painting a canvas inside your head, filling it with colors, textures, sounds, and sensations that bring the image to life. But unlike passive daydreaming, visualization is intentional. You consciously direct your focus towards specific outcomes or states of being, such as relaxation, confidence, or gratitude. This deliberate act of imagining activates areas of your brain associated with sensory perception and emotional processing, making the experience feel almost as real as if you were physically there. Why does this matter? Because our minds are incredibly malleable. They respond not only to external stimuli, but also to internal representations. When you visualize yourself in a peaceful environment, your brain interprets those images as reality, triggering physiological responses that align with the emotions you're evoking. For example, picturing yourself walking through a quiet forest bathed in golden sunlight can slow your heart rate, relax your muscles, and calm your nervous system, all of which prepare your body for deep sleep. Visualization bridges the gap between thought and action, helping you manifest the inner conditions necessary for rest and renewal. The beauty of visualization lies in its versatility. While many people associate it with goal setting or performance enhancement, like athletes visualizing success before competitions, it's equally effective for promoting relaxation and emotional well-being. By creating a mental sanctuary, a safe haven where you can retreat whenever life feels overwhelming, you give yourself permission to pause, breathe, and reconnect with your innate sense of peace And because visualization requires nothing more than your imagination, it's accessible anytime, anywhere, making it a perfect companion for bedtime routines or moments of stress throughout the day. Let's try a guided visualization exercise together now. Find a comfortable position, whether lying down, sitting upright, or leaning against a supportive surface, and close your eyes if that feels right for you. Take a few deep breaths to settle into the moment. Inhale slowly through your nose, hold it briefly, and then exhale fully through your mouth. Allow your body to soften and release any tension, feeling supported by whatever surface you're resting on. Now, imagine stepping into a place where you feel completely safe and at ease. This could be somewhere you've visited before, a favorite beach, mountain trail, or cozy cabin. Or it could be entirely fictional, crafted solely from your imagination. Picture this scene in vivid detail. What do you see around you? Perhaps it's a tranquil garden filled with vibrant flowers, towering trees swaying gently in the breeze, or a shimmering lake reflecting the soft glow of twilight. Notice the colors, shapes, and textures that surround you. Are they bright and bold, or muted and soothing? Next, engage your other senses. What do you hear in this space? Maybe it's the gentle rustling of leaves, the rhythmic crashing of ocean waves, or the melodic chirping of birds. Tune into these sounds, letting them anchor you in the present moment. Now shift your attention to smell. Is there a fragrance in the air, a hint of fresh pine, blooming jasmine, or salty sea spray? Breathe it in deeply, allowing the scent to fill your lungs and calm your spirit. Finally, notice how this environment feels against your skin. Is it warm and inviting, cool and refreshing, or somewhere in between? Feel the texture of the ground beneath your feet, the breeze brushing lightly across your face, and the weightlessness of your body as it sinks into relaxation. As you immerse yourself in this scene, take a moment to connect with the emotions it evokes. Do you feel a sense of peace, wonder, or contentment? Allow these feelings to wash over you, dissolving any lingering tension or anxiety. Know that you can return to this sanctuary whenever you need to recharge or find solace. With each visit, it will grow richer and more detailed, becoming a reliable source of comfort and inspiration. Now let's reflect on why visualization is such an effective tool for improving sleep quality. One reason is that it engages both hemispheres of your brain, activating regions responsible for creativity, emotion, and sensory experience. By focusing on positive imagery, you interrupt cycles of rumination and overthinking, replacing chaotic thoughts with calming ones. Over time, this practice trains your mind to associate bedtime with relaxation instead of stress, breaking the cycle of restless nights. Another benefit of visualization is its ability to counteract negativity bias, a natural tendency of the human brain to prioritize threats and unpleasant experiences over positive ones. When you intentionally focus on uplifting images and scenarios, you rewire your neural pathways, training your mind to notice and amplify the good in life. This shift not only enhances your mood during the day, but also creates a calmer, more peaceful state of mind as you prepare for sleep. Scientific research supports the effectiveness of visualization for promoting relaxation and emotional well-being. Studies have shown that regular practice reduces symptoms of anxiety, depression, and chronic pain, all conditions that commonly interfere with restful sleep. Additionally, participants report improved overall well-being, greater emotional resilience, and enhanced self-awareness. These benefits make visualization not only a valuable tool for managing insomnia, but also a holistic practice for nurturing your physical and mental health. Let's delve deeper into how you can integrate visualization into your daily routine. While it's especially helpful before bed, visualization can also be performed at other times of the day to reduce stress and increase mindfulness. For example, you might use a shorter version during a lunch break to recharge, or incorporate it into your morning routine to set a tone of calm and clarity for the day ahead. Experiment with different timings and durations to discover what works best for you. If you're new to visualization, start small, perhaps 5 to 10 minutes, and gradually increase the length as you become more comfortable with the practice. You can also enhance the experience by pairing it with soothing music, nature sounds, or ambient lighting. Some people find it helpful to record themselves guiding a visualization or use pre-recorded audio tracks designed specifically for this purpose. Whatever approach you choose, remember that consistency matters far more than duration. Even brief sessions, when practiced regularly, can yield profound results. Now let's address a common challenge: maintaining focus during visualization. It's normal for your mind to wander, especially if you're new to meditation or mindfulness practices. Instead of viewing these interruptions as failures, see them as opportunities to strengthen your concentration. Each time you notice your attention drifting, gently guide it back to the scene you're imagining. With patience and practice, you'll find it easier to maintain focus and deepen your connection to the present moment. Another aspect of visualization worth exploring is its potential for fostering gratitude and appreciation for life's simple pleasures. Many people overlook the beauty and abundance surrounding them, caught up in routines and responsibilities. Visualization offers a chance to reconnect with the wonders of existence, whether it's the warmth of sunlight on your skin, the sound of laughter echoing through a room, or the taste of a perfectly ripe piece of fruit. As you craft your mental images, infuse them with details that spark joy and gratitude, amplifying their impact on your emotional state. Finally, let's consider how visualization aligns with broader principles of mindfulness and Buddhist teachings. Both emphasize the importance of cultivating awareness and compassion, not just for others, but also for yourself. By engaging your imagination in service of relaxation and healing, you honor your mind's capacity for growth and transformation. This heightened awareness empowers you to make healthier choices, prioritize self-care, and live with greater intention and authenticity. Before concluding this chapter, I invite you to reflect on what resonates most with you. Is there a particular setting or scenario that inspires feelings of peace and safety? If so, consider dedicating extra attention to crafting this mental sanctuary, adding layers of detail and richness with each visit. Alternatively, you might focus on incorporating gratitude into your visualizations, thanking the universe or simply your own mind for providing this space of refuge. Whatever insights arise, trust that you're planting seeds of transformation that will continue to grow over time. Take a final deep breath now. Inhale slowly, exhale fully. Allow the waves of calm to wash over you completely, leaving you feeling centered, grounded, and ready for rest. You've taken a meaningful step today toward nurturing your imagination and soothing your soul. Keep going. You're doing beautifully. Chapter 8: Gratitude and Reflection. In this section, we're going to explore the transformative power of gratitude, a practice that has been celebrated across cultures, philosophies, and spiritual traditions for centuries. Gratitude is more than just saying thank you. It's about cultivating a mindset of appreciation, noticing the good in your life and acknowledging the interconnectedness of all things. When practiced regularly, gratitude can shift your perspective, deepen your sense of fulfillment, and create a foundation for restful sleep and mindful living. So let's dive deeply into what gratitude is, why it matters, and how you can integrate it into your daily routine to enhance your well-being. To begin, let's talk about what gratitude truly means. At its core, gratitude is the act of recognizing and appreciating the positive aspects of your life, whether they're big or small, obvious or subtle. It's about shifting your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant, from problems to blessings, from scarcity to sufficiency. This simple yet profound shift can have far-reaching effects on your mental, emotional, and even physical health. Research has shown that people who practice gratitude consistently report higher levels of happiness, lower rates of depression, stronger relationships, and improved sleep quality. But beyond the science lies something intangible yet equally powerful: the felt experience of opening your heart to joy, connection, and wonder. Why does gratitude matter so much when it comes to sleep? Because our minds are like sponges. They absorb whatever energy we direct toward them. If you spend your evenings replaying stressful events, worrying about tomorrow, or fixating on unresolved conflicts, those thoughts will linger in your subconscious, making it harder to relax and drift off. On the other hand, if you dedicate time before bed to reflect on moments of gratitude, you signal to your brain that it's safe to unwind. You create a buffer against negativity, replacing restless thoughts with feelings of warmth and contentment. The beauty of gratitude lies in its accessibility. Unlike other practices that require specific tools, settings, or conditions, gratitude can be practiced anywhere, anytime. All you need is a willingness to pause and notice the goodness around you, even in challenging circumstances. For example, imagine waking up to grey skies and rain. Instead of lamenting the gloomy weather, you might choose to appreciate the sound of raindrops tapping gently against your window, or the way the moisture nourishes plants and replenishes rivers. By reframing your perspective, you transform an ordinary moment into something extraordinary. Let's try a guided gratitude exercise together now. Find a comfortable position, whether sitting upright, lying down, or leaning against a supportive surface, and close your eyes if that feels right for you. Take a few deep breaths to settle into the moment. Inhale slowly through your nose, hold it briefly, and then exhale fully through your mouth. Allow your body to soften and release any tension, feeling supported by whatever surface you're resting on. Now, bring your attention inward and ask yourself, what am I grateful for today? Start with the simplest things: the air you breathe, the roof over your head, the food on your table. Then expand outward to include experiences, relationships, and emotions. Perhaps you're thankful for a kind word from a friend, a beautiful sunset, or the opportunity to learn something new. Silently name each item, allowing yourself to fully feel the warmth and appreciation associated with it. Don't rush. Linger on each one, savoring the sensation of gratitude washing over you. If finding things to be grateful for feels difficult, especially during tough times, remember that gratitude doesn't have to be reserved for grand gestures or monumental achievements. Sometimes the smallest pleasures carry the most meaning: a warm cup of tea, a heartfelt conversation, or the quiet hum of a fan in the background. Even discomfort or hardship can become sources of gratitude when viewed through the lens of growth and resilience. For instance, you might express gratitude for the strength you've gained from overcoming challenges or the lessons you've learned along the way. Now let's reflect on why gratitude is such a potent antidote to stress and insomnia. One reason is that it activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the part of your autonomic nervous system responsible for rest and digest functions. When you engage in gratitude, you signal to your brain that it's safe to relax, slowing your heart rate, lowering blood pressure, and reducing cortisol levels. This physiological shift primes your body for sleep, making it easier to drift off and stay asleep throughout the night. Another benefit of gratitude is its ability to reframe your narrative. Many people struggle with negative self-talk, criticizing themselves for mistakes, perceived flaws, or unmet expectations. Gratitude interrupts this pattern by redirecting your attention to what's working, what's beautiful, and what's meaningful. Over time, this practice rewires your brain to focus on abundance rather than lack, fostering a healthier relationship with yourself and the world around you. Scientific research supports the profound impact of gratitude on mental health. Studies have shown that individuals who keep gratitude journals or regularly express thanks experience reduced symptoms of anxiety and depression, increased optimism, and greater overall life satisfaction. Additionally, gratitude strengthens social bonds by encouraging acts of kindness and empathy and reciprocity. These benefits ripple outward, enhancing not only your personal well-being, but also the quality of your relationships, a key factor in achieving restorative rest. Let's delve deeper into how you can integrate gratitude into your daily routine. While journaling is one of the most popular methods, it's certainly not the only way to cultivate appreciation. For example, you might start each morning by mentally listing 3 things you're grateful for, setting a positive tone for the day ahead. Or before falling asleep, take a few moments to review your day and identify moments of grace or joy. You could also incorporate gratitude into conversations with loved ones, sharing what you appreciate about them or discussing highlights from your day. For those who prefer creative outlets, consider expressing gratitude through art, poetry, or photography. Capture images of scenes that inspire awe, write letters to people who've made a difference in your life, or create collages that represent the things you value most. These activities not only deepen your connection to gratitude, but also provide opportunities for self-expression and reflection. Speaking of reflection, let's explore how combining gratitude with introspection can amplify its benefits. Reflection involves looking back on your experiences, actions, and emotions with curiosity and compassion. By pairing gratitude with reflection, you gain valuable insights into what truly matters to you, what brings you joy, and where you'd like to grow. For example, at the end of each week, you might ask yourself, what went well? What challenges did I face and how did I overcome them? Who or what am I especially grateful for? Writing down your answers can help clarify your priorities and reinforce positive habits. Now let's address a common misconception about gratitude, that it requires ignoring difficulties or pretending everything is fine when it's not. In reality, true gratitude acknowledges both light and shadow. It recognizes that challenges and blessings often coexist. By embracing this duality, you develop a more nuanced understanding of life's complexities and cultivate resilience in the face of adversity. For instance, if you're going through a tough period, you might express gratitude for the support of friends, the lessons you're learning, or simply the fact that you're still standing despite the odds. Another aspect worth exploring is the role of mindfulness in enhancing gratitude. Mindfulness teaches us to pay attention to the present moment without judgment, which naturally leads to greater awareness of life's gifts. When you slow down and truly notice the details of your surroundings, the texture of a leaf, the laughter of a child, the aroma of freshly baked bread, you open yourself up to moments of awe and wonder. These micro-experiences of gratitude accumulate over time, creating a rich tapestry of appreciation that sustains you through life's ups and downs. Finally, let's consider how gratitude aligns with broader principles of Buddhism and mindfulness. Both emphasize the importance of cultivating awareness and compassion, not just for others, but also for yourself. By practicing gratitude, you honor the interconnectedness of all beings, recognizing that every moment is shaped by countless causes and conditions beyond your control. This perspective fosters humility, generosity, and a deep sense of belonging, qualities that align beautifully with restorative sleep and mindful living. Before concluding this chapter, I invite you to reflect on what resonates most with you. Is there a particular method of practicing gratitude that speaks to your current needs or aspirations? If so, consider how you might deepen your engagement with it. Perhaps you'd like to dedicate 5 minutes each morning to jotting down things you're thankful for, or maybe you'd prefer to weave gratitude into your bedtime routine. Whatever path you choose, trust that the seeds you plant today will blossom into greater peace and connection tomorrow. Take a final deep breath now. Inhale slowly, exhale fully. Allow the waves of gratitude to wash over you completely, leaving you feeling centered, grounded, and ready for rest. You've taken a meaningful step today toward nurturing your heart and soothing your soul. Keep going. You're doing beautifully. Chapter 9: Creating a Bedtime Ritual. In this section, we're going to explore one of the most effective ways to signal to your mind and body that it's time to wind down. A consistent bedtime ritual. A well-crafted evening routine not only sets the stage for restorative sleep, but also creates a sacred space for self-care, reflection, and relaxation. Whether you're looking to improve your sleep quality, reduce stress, or simply end your day with more intention and calm, crafting a personalized bedtime ritual can make all the difference. So let's dive deeply into what makes a bedtime ritual so powerful, how to design one that works for you, and why consistency is key. To begin, let's talk about what a bedtime ritual truly is. At its essence, a bedtime ritual is a series of calming activities performed in the same order each night to prepare your body and mind for sleep. These activities serve as cues to your brain, signaling that it's time to transition from the busyness of the day to the stillness of the night. Think of it as creating a bridge between waking life and rest, a gentle passage that helps you release tension, quiet your thoughts, and invite peace into your evenings. Why does this matter? Because our bodies thrive on routine. The human circadian rhythm, the internal clock that regulates sleep-wake cycles, is highly sensitive to patterns and environmental signals. When you establish a consistent bedtime ritual, you reinforce your natural rhythms, making it easier to fall asleep and wake up feeling refreshed. On the other hand, erratic schedules, late-night screen time, and overstimulation can disrupt these rhythms, leading to insomnia, fatigue, and difficulty concentrating during the day. The beauty of a bedtime ritual lies in its flexibility. While certain elements, like dimming lights, avoiding screens, and practicing relaxation techniques, are universally beneficial, the specifics of your routine should reflect your unique preferences, needs, and lifestyle. For example, someone who loves journaling might dedicate 10 minutes to writing before bed, while another person might prefer sipping herbal tea while reading a book. The key is to choose activities that genuinely relax and nourish you, rather than forcing yourself into practices that feel unnatural or burdensome. Let's break down some common components of a bedtime ritual and discuss how they contribute to better sleep. One of the first steps is creating a calming environment. This involves adjusting your physical space to promote relaxation. Dim the lights an hour before bed to mimic the natural decrease in sunlight that occurs at dusk. Use blackout curtains or an eye mask to block out unwanted brightness, and consider adding soft, ambient lighting such as salt lamps or fairy lights to create a warm, inviting atmosphere. If noise is an issue, try using a white noise machine, earplugs, or soothing soundscapes like rain, ocean waves, or gentle music. Another important element is disconnecting from technology. Screens emit blue light, which interferes with melatonin production, the hormone responsible for regulating sleep. To minimize this impact, aim to turn off devices at least 60 minutes before bed. If you must use your phone or computer, enable night mode settings or wear blue light blocking glasses. Instead of scrolling through social media or watching TV, replace screen time with activities that engage your senses in a calming way, such as listening to audiobooks, practicing gentle stretches, or engaging in mindful breathing exercises. Speaking of mindfulness, incorporating meditation or deep breathing into your bedtime ritual can work wonders for reducing stress and quieting your mind. As we've discussed earlier in this video, mindfulness practices help anchor you in the present moment, easing anxiety and promoting relaxation. Consider setting aside 5 to 10 minutes to meditate, focusing on your breath, repeating affirmations, or visualizing peaceful scenes. Even simple techniques like progressive muscle relaxation, where you systematically tense and release different muscle groups, can release physical tension and prepare your body for sleep. For many people, journaling plays a central role in their bedtime rituals. Writing allows you to process emotions, organize thoughts, and release worries that might otherwise keep you awake. Before bed, take a few moments to jot down things you're grateful for, reflect on your day, or write down any lingering concerns. Some people find it helpful to create a worry dump, where they transfer intrusive thoughts onto paper and set them aside until morning. Knowing that your concerns are safely stored away can provide immense relief, allowing you to drift off more easily. Herbal teas are another popular addition to bedtime routines, thanks to their soothing properties and ability to promote relaxation. Chamomile, lavender, valerian root, and passion flower are just a few examples of herbs known for their calming effects. Sip your tea slowly, savoring the warmth and aroma, and use this time to pause and breathe deeply. Pairing tea with a good book or even a gratitude journal can enhance the experience, creating a cozy and nurturing pre-sleep ritual. Now, let's talk about movement and stretching. While vigorous exercise close to bedtime can be stimulating, gentle yoga, tai chi, or stretching can actually aid relaxation by releasing pent-up tension and improving circulation. Focus on poses that encourage grounding and calmness, such as child's pose, legs up the wall, or seated forward fold. Combine these movements with slow, intentional breathing to deepen their impact. You might also try self-massage or using tools like foam rollers or massage balls to target areas of tightness, such as your neck, shoulders, or feet. Scent therapy is another powerful tool for enhancing your bedtime ritual. Essential oils like lavender, bergamot, cedarwood, and frankincense have been shown to reduce stress, lower heart rate, and induce feelings of calm. Diffuse these oils in your bedroom, add a few drops to a warm bath, or apply them topically, diluted with a carrier oil, to pulse points like your wrists or temples. The act of inhaling these soothing scents can trigger a relaxation response, helping you transition more smoothly into sleep. Temperature regulation is also crucial for creating optimal sleep conditions. Your core body temperature naturally drops as you prepare for sleep, so cooling down your environment can support this process. Set your thermostat to a comfortable range, typically between 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit, 15 to 19 degrees Celsius, and layer blankets so you can adjust as needed. Taking a warm bath or shower an hour before bed can also help, as the subsequent drop in body temperature mimics the natural cooling phase associated with falling asleep. Finally, let's discuss the importance of consistency. While it's tempting to skip your bedtime ritual, when life gets busy, doing so undermines the very foundation of its effectiveness. Just as brushing your teeth every night becomes second nature, so too will your bedtime routine if you commit to it regularly. Start small, incorporating 1 or 2 activities at first, and gradually build upon them as they become habits. Over time, your body will come to associate these actions with rest, making it easier to unwind and fall asleep. Now, let's reflect on why bedtime rituals are particularly beneficial for those struggling with insomnia or restless nights. Many people toss and turn because their minds remain active long after their bodies crave rest. A structured routine interrupts this cycle by providing a clear endpoint to the day, giving your brain permission to let go. By engaging in calming activities that shift your focus away from worries and toward relaxation, you create a buffer zone between the chaos of daily life and the serenity of sleep. Scientific research supports the value of bedtime rituals for improving sleep quality. Studies have shown that individuals who follow consistent pre-sleep routines report falling asleep faster, staying asleep longer, and experiencing fewer nighttime awakenings. Additionally, these rituals foster a sense of control and predictability, reducing anxiety and increasing overall well-being. For parents, establishing bedtime rituals for children has been linked to improved behavior, emotional regulation, and academic performance, all outcomes that stem from better sleep hygiene. Let's delve deeper into how you can personalize your bedtime ritual to suit your individual needs. Start by asking yourself, what activities bring me joy, comfort, and relaxation? Perhaps it's knitting, sketching, or tending to houseplants. Maybe it's spending a few minutes connecting with a loved one, either in person or through a heartfelt message. Whatever resonates with you, prioritize activities that align with your values and preferences. Remember, there's no right way to wind down. It's about finding what works best for you. If you live with others, consider involving them in your bedtime ritual. Shared activities such as preparing dinner together, playing board games, or cuddling under a blanket can strengthen bonds and create lasting memories. Even if your partner or roommate follows a different schedule, carving out a few moments to connect before bed can foster a sense of closeness and mutual support. Alternatively, if solitude is what you crave, honor that need by setting boundaries and creating a private space where you can decompress without interruption. Now, let's address a common challenge: maintaining motivation to stick with your bedtime ritual. Life happens, deadlines loom, social obligations arise, and unexpected events disrupt even the best laid plans. During these times, it's easy to abandon your routine altogether, but instead of viewing setbacks as failures, see them as opportunities to adapt and grow. For instance, if you're traveling or working late, simplify your ritual by focusing on just one or two core elements, like drinking herbal tea or practicing deep breathing. Flexibility ensures sustainability, allowing you to stay committed without feeling overwhelmed. Another aspect worth exploring is the role of intentionality in designing your bedtime ritual. Rather than approaching it as a chore or obligation, frame it as an act of self-love and care. Each step you take, from lighting candles to stretching your muscles, is a gift to yourself, a reminder that you deserve rest and rejuvenation. Infuse your routine with mindfulness, paying attention to the sensations, emotions, and thoughts that arise along the way. By doing so, you transform ordinary tasks into extraordinary moments of presence and connection. Finally, let's consider how bedtime rituals align with broader principles of mindfulness and Buddhist teachings. Both emphasize the importance of cultivating awareness and compassion, not just for others, but also for yourself. By dedicating time each evening to nurture your mind and body, you honor your innate worthiness and capacity for healing. This heightened awareness empowers you to make healthier choices, prioritize self-care, and live with greater intention and authenticity. Before concluding the chapter, I invite you to reflect on what resonates most with you. Is there a particular activity or element that inspires feelings of calm and contentment? If so, consider how you might incorporate it into your nightly routine. Perhaps you'd like to experiment with aromatherapy, invest in a cozy blanket, or dedicate a corner of your home to relaxation. Whatever insights arise, trust that you're planting seeds of transformation that will continue to grow over time. Take a final deep breath now. Inhale slowly, exhale fully. Allow the waves of calm to wash over you completely, leaving you feeling centered, grounded, and ready for rest. You've taken a meaningful step today toward crafting a bedtime ritual that nurtures your spirit and soothes your soul. Keep going, you're doing beautifully. Chapter 10. Embracing Imperfection. In this final chapter, we're going to explore a concept that lies at the heart of mindfulness, Buddhism, and self-compassion: the art of embracing imperfection. This is perhaps one of the most liberating yet challenging aspects of personal growth, especially when it comes to cultivating deep sleep, reducing stress, and living with greater ease. So often we hold ourselves to impossibly high standards, striving for flawlessness in every area of our lives, from our careers and relationships to our meditation practice and sleep habits. But what if the secret to true peace isn't perfection but acceptance? What if learning to embrace imperfection could free us from unnecessary suffering and help us rest more deeply? Let's dive deeply into why imperfection matters, how it impacts our well-being, and how we can integrate this wisdom into our daily lives. To begin, let's talk about what imperfection truly means. At its core, imperfection refers to the inherent flaws, inconsistencies, and unpredictability that characterize all things, ourselves included. Nothing in life is static or flawless. Everything changes, evolves, and carries within it both beauty and brokenness. In Buddhist philosophy, this principle is known as anicca, or impermanence, the understanding that all phenomena arise and pass away, constantly in flux. By acknowledging and accepting this reality, we loosen our grip on rigid expectations and open ourselves to the richness of the present moment. Why does this matter? Because so much of our stress and dissatisfaction stems from resisting imperfection. We criticize ourselves for not meditating correctly, judge our sleep patterns as inadequate, or berate ourselves for failing to meet unrealistic goals. This relentless pursuit of perfection creates a cycle of frustration, disappointment and exhaustion, leaving us feeling disconnected from ourselves and others. By contrast, embracing imperfection invites us to soften our stance, offering kindness and understanding instead of harsh judgment. It reminds us that we are human, and that being human means making mistakes, facing challenges, and growing through them. The beauty of imperfection lies in its universality. No one escapes hardship, uncertainty, or failure, not even those who seem to have it all together. Yet society often pressures us to hide our struggles, presenting polished versions of ourselves that mask the messiness underneath. Social media amplifies this dynamic, encouraging comparison and competition rather than authenticity and vulnerability. When we fall short of these unattainable ideals, we may feel shame, isolation, or inadequacy, all emotions that exacerbate stress and disrupt sleep. Learning to embrace imperfection helps us break free from this toxic cycle, fostering a deeper sense of connection and belonging. Let's reflect on why embracing imperfection is particularly relevant when it comes to sleep. Many people approach sleep as something they must get right in order to function optimally during the day. They obsess over the number of hours they get, the quality of their rest, and whether they wake up feeling refreshed. While prioritizing good sleep hygiene is important, attaching too much importance to achieving perfect sleep can backfire, creating anxiety and tension that interfere with rest. Instead of fixating on outcomes, try focusing on the process, cultivating habits and attitudes that support relaxation, presence, and self-compassion. Remember, some nights will be better than others, and that's okay. Progress, not perfection, is what matters most. Now let's delve deeper into how embracing imperfection aligns with mindfulness and Buddhist teachings. Mindfulness teaches us to observe our thoughts, feelings, and sensations without clinging to them or pushing them away. It encourages us to meet each moment exactly as it is, with openness, curiosity, and non-judgmental awareness. Similarly, Buddhism emphasizes the importance of equanimity, the ability to remain balanced and centered regardless of external circumstances. Both practices invite us to let go of attachment to outcomes, identities, and ideals, and to embrace the fluidity of existence. One powerful metaphor for embracing imperfection comes from Japanese aesthetics, particularly the concept of wabi-sabi. Wabi-sabi celebrates the beauty of impermanence, asymmetry, and incompleteness, finding elegance in the imperfect, the transient, and the humble. Think of a cracked ceramic bowl repaired with gold lacquer, a technique called kintsugi that highlights rather than hides the damage. The repaired object becomes more valuable and meaningful precisely because of its history and flaws. Similarly, our lives gain depth and richness when we honor our scars, setbacks, and vulnerabilities instead of trying to erase them. Let's apply this idea to your journey toward better sleep and mindfulness. Perhaps you've had nights where you tossed and turned, unable to quiet your mind. Or maybe you struggled to stay consistent with your meditation practice, missing days or feeling distracted during sessions. Instead of viewing these moments as failures, see them as opportunities for growth. Each challenge reveals something important about yourself, your limits, your resilience, your capacity for compassion. By reframing difficulties in this way, you transform obstacles into stepping stones, paving the way for greater self-awareness and peace. Another aspect worth exploring is the role of self-compassion in embracing imperfection. Self-compassion involves treating yourself with the same kindness, care, and understanding that you would offer a dear friend. When you stumble or fall short, resist the urge to criticize yourself harshly. Instead, acknowledge your humanity, reminding yourself that everyone makes mistakes and faces hardships. You might say silently, "I'm doing the best I can. I deserve love and patience, just as I am." Over time, this practice builds emotional resilience, enabling you to navigate life's ups and downs with greater grace and ease. Scientific research supports the benefits of self-compassion and embracing imperfection. Studies have shown that individuals who practice self-compassion experience lower levels of anxiety, depression, and burnout, as well as higher levels of happiness, optimism, and overall well-being. Additionally, self-compassion strengthens social bonds by fostering empathy, forgiveness, and cooperation. These qualities ripple outward, enhancing not only your personal health, but also the quality of your relationships, a key factor in achieving restorative rest. Let's consider practical ways to incorporate the wisdom of imperfection into your daily routine. One simple yet profound exercise is writing a letter to yourself from the perspective of a compassionate friend. Imagine someone who loves you unconditionally sitting beside you, offering words of encouragement and reassurance. What would they say? How would they remind you of your strengths, talents, and potential? Capture these insights in writing and revisit the letter whenever you need a boost of confidence or comfort. Another strategy is practicing gratitude for your imperfections. Yes, you read that correctly, gratitude for your flaws. While it may sound counterintuitive, recognizing the lessons and growth opportunities hidden within your struggles can shift your perspective dramatically. For example, if you've experienced rejection or failure, you might express gratitude for the humility, perseverance, or creativity those experiences taught you. By reframing perceived weaknesses as sources of strength, you reclaim your power and restore balance to your spirit. Now, let's address a common misconception about embracing imperfection, that it means giving up or settling for mediocrity. In reality, embracing imperfection doesn't mean abandoning effort or ambition. Rather, it means approaching life with a gentler, more realistic attitude. It's about setting intentions aligned with your values while remaining flexible enough to adapt when circumstances change. For instance, if you miss a night of deep sleep due to unforeseen events, don't punish yourself. Instead, focus on nurturing yourself the next day, taking breaks, staying hydrated, and practicing mindfulness to recover and move forward. Speaking of flexibility, let's explore how embracing imperfection applies to creating routines and rituals. Earlier in this video, we discussed the importance of consistency in establishing bedtime rituals and meditation practices. However, consistency doesn't mean rigidity. Life is unpredictable, and sometimes sticking rigidly to a plan causes more stress than relief. If you find yourself unable to follow your usual routine, adapt creatively. For example, if you're traveling and can't meditate in your usual spot, try doing a shorter session outdoors or listening to a guided meditation app. The goal is to maintain the spirit of the practice, not the exact form. Finally, let's reflect on how embracing imperfection connects to broader themes of interconnectedness and gratitude. When we accept our own flaws and vulnerabilities, we become more empathetic toward others' struggles. We recognize that everyone is navigating their unique path, carrying burdens and joys that shape their journey. This shared humanity fosters compassion, generosity, and a deeper appreciation for the beauty of life in all its forms. By embracing imperfection, we honor the wholeness of existence, the light and the shadow, the smooth and the rough, the seen and the unseen. Before concluding this chapter, I invite you to reflect on what resonates most with you. Is there a particular insight or story that speaks to where you are right now? If so, consider how you might embody this wisdom moving forward. Perhaps you'd like to dedicate a journal entry to celebrating your imperfections, or maybe you'd prefer to share your reflections with a trusted friend. Whatever path you choose, trust that you're planting seeds of transformation that will continue to grow over time. Take a final deep breath now. Inhale slowly, exhale fully. Allow the waves of calm to wash over you completely, leaving you feeling centered, grounded, and ready for rest. You've taken a meaningful step today toward embracing imperfection and nurturing your soul. Keep going. You're doing beautifully. And now, we've reached the end of our journey together, a journey into deep sleep, mindfulness, and the transformative power of embracing imperfection. As we close this chapter, I want to take a moment to thank you for being here, for showing up fully with openness and curiosity, ready to explore these practices and insights. Your willingness to invest in your well-being is truly something to celebrate. Over the past 2 hours, we've covered so much ground, from understanding the foundations of deep sleep and Buddhist meditation to cultivating gratitude, creating bedtime rituals, and learning to embrace imperfection. Each chapter has been designed not just to inform but to inspire, to remind you that true peace isn't found in perfection, but in presence. It's about showing up for yourself day after day with kindness, patience, and compassion. One of the most beautiful aspects of this work is its accessibility. You don't need special tools, expensive equipment, or hours of free time to begin. All you need is a desire to connect more deeply with yourself and the world around you. Whether it's taking 5 mindful breaths before bed, jotting down 3 things you're grateful for, or simply acknowledging your humanity on a tough day, these small acts add up over time, creating profound shifts in how you experience life. As you move forward, remember that progress is non-linear. Some days will feel effortless, others may feel like a struggle, and that's okay. What matters most is consistency, not perfection. Every step you take toward mindfulness, relaxation, and self-care brings you closer to the restorative rest and inner peace you deserve. Trust the process and trust yourself. You are capable of far more than you realize. If there was one message I hope stays with you from today, it's this: you are enough. Right now, exactly as you are, with all your strengths, quirks, and imperfections, you are worthy of love, joy, and deep, restful sleep. Let that truth sink in. Carry it with you as you navigate the challenges and triumphs of daily life. When doubt creeps in, return to this reminder. You are whole, you are human, and you are doing beautifully. Before we part ways, I'd like to leave you with a short visualization to carry into your evening or whenever you need a moment of calm. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable and imagine yourself standing at the edge of a quiet beach. The sun is rising, painting the sky in hues of gold and pink. Feel the cool sand beneath your feet, the gentle breeze brushing against your skin. Hear the rhythmic sound of waves lapping at the shore, steady and soothing. With each inhale, draw in the fresh, salty air. With each exhale, release any lingering tension or worry. Know that this place exists within you, a sanctuary you can return to whenever you need solace or clarity. Take a few moments here, breathing deeply, feeling grounded, letting go. When you're ready, gently open your eyes and bring your awareness back to the present moment. Notice how your body feels lighter, calmer, more at ease. The sense of peace is always available to you, no matter where you are or what you're facing. All it takes is a willingness to pause, breathe, and reconnect. If this video resonated with you, please consider sharing it with someone who might benefit, a friend, family member, or colleague navigating their own journey toward better sleep and greater well-being. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the Mindful Zone for more content like this. Together, let's continue exploring ways to live with greater presence, purpose, and joy. Finally, as we conclude, I invite you to set an intention for the days ahead. Perhaps it's committing to a new bedtime ritual, practicing loving-kindness meditation, or simply reminding yourself to embrace imperfection along the way. Whatever your intention, hold it lightly in your heart, knowing that every effort counts, even the smallest ones. Thank you again for joining me on this journey. May your nights be filled with sweet dreams, and may your days be infused with moments of mindfulness, gratitude, and wonder. Until next time, take care and sleep well. Namaste.